What is up, you gorgeous, fabulous creatures, and welcome to the Losing It podcast. This is the place where emotional eating comes to die and binge eating comes to die. So if you are ready to say adios to the BS excuses and start losing some weight, then you are in the right place, honey. So grab yourself some snacks and get ready, because today we are talking about the reason why you keep procrastinating on your weight loss. Because I think we spoke about it in the episode earlier this week. If you were sitting on your booty this year and you have not yet really committed and gone all in on getting rid of emotional eating, dealing with the binge eating, stopping the purging, all that type of thing, if you have not gone all in, then I'm about to tell you why. And not only will I tell you why, I will also share how to fix it, because that's just the kind of girl that I am. So if you, like me, have found yourself this year just a little lackluster in the motivation department, I will tell you that a lot of coaches that I see around, and it's really just sort of it's the very vanilla and garden variety style of weight loss, is where they tell you to have a why. You need to have a why. If you don't have a why, you're not going to succeed. And sometimes I'll even have private coaching clients and they're like, I don't think my why is strong enough. I'm like, fucking honey, nobody's why is strong enough. All whys are pretty much bullshit, because if I've had a really bad day and you're going to throw a cheesecake under my face, or the offer to just get pizza or something instead of having my fancy, healthy salad that I had prepared, I don't give a shit about my salad. I am eating your pizza and the cheesecake, and you're going to have to fight me for it. That is how much a why matters. It matters. It's got fuck all relevance, right? When you are really, really in the depths of your feels and you're like, I don't care. I want to binge. I don't even care anymore. Something really full on has happened. Sometimes it's things that are even really great that have happened, and you still feel that urge to use food to celebrate, or use it in a way that is a little bit more extreme and outside of what it was really designed for. That's okay. Like, it's all about, we can enjoy the food. It's fucking fantastic. But when it is wreaking havoc with your life, you have crossed over to the dark side. So in those situations, honey, you don't have a food issue. And I really want to share this with all of you. None of you have a food issue. And this was something I had to get really clear on myself. I didn't have a food issue. What I had was a thought issue. Food is not the problem. Your thoughts are the problem. And that is why your traditional calorie counting shit, counting points, logging your, everything you eat in an app is not helping you. Tell me, if it was helping you, you wouldn't be listening to this podcast. It hasn't ever worked long term. When I say it hasn't worked, what I mean is you can lose some weight. You can drop a few kilos counting calories all day long. But is the weight still gone a year later? No, never, because you didn't deal with the thought error that you were having on the inside, which is the exact thing that's making you turn to food in the first place. So way more than ever having a why that I really could count on to carry me through a weight loss journey, dealing with my emotions, tackling emotional eating, binge eating, overeating, even undereating, whys never mattered in that instance. But I tell you what really did work for me, and this was the game changer. This is when everything changed for me, and the results that I were getting flipped from nothing, like just bouncing up and down. I would lose a couple of kilos and then I would gain it back because something would happen and I would overeat, and I'd gain I would lose 2-3 more kilos, but then I would gain back 5 because I'd be like, ooh, I've got some wiggle room now. And I would just go off on an eating tangent for 6 weeks. Like, these things never worked. Whys never worked for me. But what absolutely turned the tables, flipped them on their heads, was when I really took ownership of the consequences of my decision, because every fucking decision has a consequence, either for good or for bad. There is a price tag attached to every single decision that you make, and you are absolutely fucking deliriously fooling yourself if you think that you can, and we all say this, I've been a victim of this, probably even did it in the last couple of weeks, I'll just eat tonight and then I will get back on with it tomorrow. Oh, I don't even know what to say. You can do that, and we all do it. It's very normal. But when you're doing it too frequently, when it's messing up with your weight loss, when your clothes are now becoming too tight, when it's affecting your relationship and you don't want to show your body to your partner, when you don't even want to go out in public because you fucking hate yourself so much, Now you have, like we said, you've flipped, you've gone over to the dark side, and it is time to come back by really, really having a little talk to yourself, giving yourself a good talking to, and understand the consequences or the price tag attached to every single decision you make. Because here is the truth and the bottom line. You can either pay now or you can pay later, but sooner or later you're going to pay. What I mean by that is you can say yes to the pizza and the cheesecake now, but what you are doing then without even trying is you are automatically and by default saying no to the life that you want. Saying no to ever feeling comfortable in your clothes again, saying no to having a sex life that you feel really, really comfortable engaging in. So you are saying no to those things without even trying every single time you put off dealing with the emotional eating one more day. But here is the real kicker. So it's so much deeper than just the price tag aspect. The truth is, you could say no to the future that you actually desire. And you are doing that by just going ahead and eating the pizza now. Or you can say no to the pizza now. And then by default, you are saying no to a future with illness and being overweight and regrets and all those types of things. But get this, the longer you sit there procrastinating and telling yourself I'm going to start tomorrow, the higher the price tag of your transformation becomes. What I mean by that is tax gets added. GST gets added if you're in Australia. Inflation occurs. Think about it this way. You can either say no to the pizza tonight because you're not even really that hungry. You've already had plenty to eat. You don't need this extra pizza that somebody's brought home. So you can say no to that. And the price is simply you raising a hand and just saying, oh, no, thanks. I'm really not that hungry. Maybe I'll put it on my plan for tomorrow if you're using my eating codes. Yeah, I might plan for that tomorrow, but I really don't want it tonight. That's the price. The price is you just moving your little lips like this, blah, 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 and saying, no thanks. She's right. No. That's the price at the moment. But if you continue on with your bullshit behavior, overeating, emotional eating, procrastinating on dealing with any of this, the price tag is not in 5 or 10 years' time you saying, oh, no, thanks, no to pizza. That's not the price then. But when you want to deal with this in 5 or 10 years' time, now the price tag has changed. Now the price tag of you dealing with it is you sitting at a doctor's appointment with a doctor that's saying, so Barbara, how are we going to deal with this now, this diagnosis? Or it's you sitting in a surgeon's office saying, okay, Susan, well, we're going to have this surgery pretty quickly now. Or it's you, and this brings me to tears to even think about it, it's you making your own funeral plans as my mum had to do. The price tag doesn't stay the same, honey. The price tag doesn't stay the same. The longer you procrastinate and sit on this and don't take action and tell yourself, oh, there's tomorrow. I'll always have time to deal with it tomorrow. You can deal with it tomorrow. You will have time to deal with it tomorrow. But the price is exponentially higher. I promise you it's a price tag you don't want to pay. Does anybody out there not want to see their own children grow up? I don't think so. But that is sometimes the price tag of our own bullshit excuses and our procrastination. Today's podcast has been a little bit more almost serious, I think. Very often we have a good laugh and joke around, and there's always huge smackdowns coming from me. But I really do just want you to take a minute to understand there are price tags attached to everything. Everything. You can either pay just a few cents now by saying, no thanks, that's all right, I don't need it. I've already had some. Yeah, I had a slice of that pizza, I don't need any more. Oh, but it's fresh, I made it for you. No, I'm fine, thank you. Very small price to pay. Or you can eat it just to appease the other person, and then you can feel like shit, and then you can polish off the ice cream that's in the fridge, and then you can be 4 kilos heavier tomorrow. And as you continue that bullshit behavior for another 6 or 7 years, gaining weight the whole time, feeling like shit about yourself the whole time, the price tag when you are ready to deal with it might be doctor's appointments, psychiatrist appointments, any kind of appointments that we would rather not have to deal with in our life. Those are the conversations that you hope you never have to have. And the only way to avoid them is by taking ownership of your situation and stepping up now. So with that, this is not even what I was really going to be talking about today, but I feel like this is the message that needs to be heard. if you are ready to really stop your bullshit this year, like I say, it brings tears to my eyes because when I think back now over my 53 years of bullshit, it breaks my own heart. The times that I've told myself, it's okay, I'll start again tomorrow. And I could, and I did. But the serious medical ramifications of my own procrastination that I'm dealing with now, I didn't deal with it when I was 25. There was nothing to deal with. I was just living in my best procrastination era. But at 35 and 45 and now in my mid-50s, the price tag is so much higher. And that is what the Bombshell Blueprint is about. Yes, it's about losing weight and dealing with your emotional eating and your binge eating, but it's also about you motivating your own fucking ass and having me hold you accountable so that you never, ever, ever have to have those difficult conversations with a professional or anybody else in your life, because when the opportunity arose, you fucking step up and took it. You stepped up, and you took it. Okay. So, honeys, just hit the link in the show notes. I am sending you love. Check it out. It's a month-by-month situation. So if you don't like it, come and test it out. Try it out. If it's not for you, that's totally fine. But no matter what you do, please, please stop listening to your own bullshit. It is not a voice that you want to be having going on in your head 24/7. There is a better way. I am sending you tremendous amounts of love as always. Please remember, only person who has the power to change your life is you. When you step up and really do understand that consequences are attached to every single decision that you make, no matter how benign it might seem at the time, that's when you've got what it takes. I'm sending you love. I will see you again next week. Until then, gorgeous ones, bye for now. Thank you so much for tuning in. Remember to shimmy your butt over to kyliepax.com and join me inside of the Bombshell Blueprint so you can stop emotional eating and start losing your weight now. You'll also find helpful notes and resources inside my past podcasts that will help you lose your weight without losing your sanity. I will see you next week.